Good afternoon. I'm Naresh Khanna of Indian Printer and Publisher, and I have with me this afternoon Hemant Kumar of PPI Media, who's based in Gurgaon, and Andreas Gawert, who is visiting from PPI in Hamburg. And they have both just been around South India in particular. And I will just ask them a couple of questions about what PPI Media has as an offering to the newspaper industry. And then secondly, I will ask them to speak a bit about what do they have which is particularly suited to the current situation of the Indian newspapers emerging out of the pandemic. Andreas, would you like to speak first?
Yes, please. Yes, PPI Media has been a player for 35 years now in the market and newspaper business, and we are focusing on two main pillars at the moment. So, first one is our production and planning part, that's where we come from, and that's what we are well known for. So, this is integrated in many customer sites all over India. And the second part is that we are focusing now for about 10-15 years now also for an editorial system. So, what we have now learned from our trip the last week, so that learning from the pandemic and the lessons that we were taught, that every customer is now looking even more for digitalization, for cost effectiveness, and for automation. So these are the main goals every customer now has.
Okay. Do you see the need to now merge the editorial workflow of the print part of the publication and the website and the digital side and the video side? Do you see that there is quite an important need to try and create a single unified workflow?
Exactly. So that's a main problem many customers have at the moment. So they bought a few years back. They bought a print system, and a few years later on, they bought a web CMS, and now they have two different editorial departments and two different editorial systems. But these two systems don't talk to each other. So it becomes more and more important to exchange content, and the future should look like one editorial department and one tool for creating content. So that must be the future.
And Mr. Kumar, what do you see as the change that has come from the pandemic as far as their attitude about investing in technology, not in heavy metal, but in software?
Well, I see a welcome change in this case, keeping in mind, as my colleague Andreas just said, traditionally we were also in the print editorial, but people now having bought the web CMS, there are two systems, they're not talking to each other. Now the demand has come where it should be one unified newsroom from where the content can be dragged to either side, integration of the social media, and now a host of other output channels. It could be social media, it could be television, it could be digital phone, or anything for that reason. Content will still remain the king, but they want various inputs and outputs to be incorporated, especially with the newer technology emerging. On a daily basis, we are seeing new startups, new apps. Everybody wants to incorporate. Gone are the days where what you said, heavy metal, where one system could probably cover anything and everything. Gone are the days. People want a clear APIs where they can intermingle, interface, integrate. We at PPI Media for 35 years have been absolutely in the front row to be true integrators. And we are willing to offer every media company a true integration of their existing workflows, and in between we would also merge our softwares so that they can be what is called media neutral content. They can publish anywhere they like and intermingle at the click of a finger.
Okay. Have you also found on your recent trip, both of you, that the desire for monetization of digital is more serious? That the publications are really looking at selling subscriptions and selling digital ads more enthusiastically rather than just benefiting a bit from Facebook or Google? Have you seen some shift in that movement?
Yeah, for sure. Because the average price for a hard copy in India is about 6 rupees for a newspaper, and so this does not even cover the price for the paper, or the cost for the paper, and so that's why Indian publishing houses were much more struggling during the pandemic, because they depend much more on ad revenue. And that's why we think so. Having subscribers, having a system that does not depend that much on the paper, on the hard copy itself, so that will lead them into a better future.
Okay, good. Any comment?
See, about 25 years ago, at a leading newspaper, we sold an editorial system. We offered them paywall, and they laughed at us. Today, in the whole of last week, every single publisher had one question: can you help me monetizing? And as a reader, I can say, the newspapers I visit, I have to pay for the content. And being part of the industry, I'm happy this trend is changing, and it's changing geometrically. I have a feeling in the next couple of years, we would be at par or probably overtake Europe or the western part of the world in terms of paywall. Everybody's asking the same question and wants to integrate. My assessment is by the end of this year, one way or the other, the media industry in India would have utilized the paywall. And any content we want to read, it will be against a payment. It won't be free that we Indians are used to over the last few years. That's my comment.
Okay. Very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.